Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate. Former Labour MP Krishna Dutt has revealed he will contest the upcoming elections, either under an existing political party or a new one which he will form. Some 6 years after being ousted from the Labour Party, Dutt says he will stand as a moderate. Devna Ryan has more.
He has had a long, successful career as a politician and a government minister.
I want to be part of the leadership to welcome a democratic government in 2014. I believe I have the skills, acumen, experience and public support to be able to bring all the voices together.
He claims there are as many as 70 people to stand behind him in forming a new party, but he is still open to the idea of joining an existing party.
The majority of the people of this country want to get on peacefully. They may feel irritated, angry and annoyed when their personal values, their cherished institutions are threatened. But at the end of the day, they want peaceful solutions.
That says with work on a new constitution, political parties should expect some changes to their internal structures.
We will have to go back and look at the track records of the past leaders. Some I know were changing and were no longer the hardliners previously known to be. Close proximity, working together, building trust, confidence and mutual respect for each other's position can work wonders in this country.
He says people should not make any hurried decision about jumping into an existing party.
Seeing leaders of the old political parties quickly resurfacing on the scene. This is in the nature of politicians. They're looking for gaps to shut people off from other ideas and other visions. Members of the public should not feel that they are in a rush to put all their eggs in one basket.
That is expected to reveal more of his intentions as elections near. Devna Ryan, FBC News.
And Dutt also spoke of the internal rift in the Labour Party that saw him and 4 others removed. He claims loss of prestige and the fear of being unseated forced Labour leader Mahendra Chaudhry to dismiss 5 senior members.
Dutt was a founding member of the FLP and claims he and others were dissatisfied with the party leadership.
I think it sprang from a very deep-seated fear that the Labour leadership had about one of us might one day unseat him from his very prestigious and what we later learned to be a lucrative position.
Mahendra Chaudhry has denied there was ever any threat of being toppled.
Now the leadership of Fiji Labour Party is elected. All positions, all seat positions in the party's executive are elected positions. They are elected by our members. So that shouldn't be complaining about, because no one plans himself or herself as a leader unless he or she is elected.
Dutt claims the Labour Party has lost much of its support base in the last few years and will struggle in the 2014 elections.
Having lost credibility with the Indian voters for a number of reasons, the party is now wooing Fijian support by leaning on Garase. This is the only way Labour can hope to survive.
The party remains strong, its support base is intact, and in fact we have gained support in the Fijian community. It is my duty at this point in time in our history to unite the people, not to plant those seeds of division, which Mr. Dutt is trying to do. And if you read his statement carefully, it is very obvious that his whole purpose is to divide the Indian community.
Dutt claims Chaudhry in joining the government abandoned the FLP principles and was only removed as finance minister because the military council had enough of him. Devna Ryan, FBC News.
The seasoned politician also indicated the military may try to retain power after the elections. Dutt is critical of the RFMF's intentions, but the military is adamant that only the new constitution will decide who is eligible to stand for elections. Apisolome Dokar reports.
Dutt believes the RFMF is contemplating its future after the elections, which may include staying in power.
It would be naive on my part to think that the military government is not thinking about ways to return to power, if only to ensure that the changes that they have introduced, would have a chance to survive their present reign. They are most likely engaged in thinking of a way to retain power constitutionally in and after the 2014 election. They're quite likely to form a party as well.
The military, in response, has only made a guarded comment about what possibilities remain.
We will take the country to 2014. That is not to say that members of the Fiji military forces will not go and form a political party, or they can go and join other political parties, as has other former military forces officers has done in the past.
He adds this sort of comments and misinformation by politicians is why they are fearful of handing power into the wrong hands.
To let the old politicians rule the political scene, and you can't see a progressive political scenario. We need to change that scenario, and it's up to the people of Fiji to dictate the politics that needs to be played.
The RFMF has long said these former politicians will do no good for Fiji. Apisalome Thoka, FBC News.